I signed up for a stand-up course at the Second City because it scared the shit out of me. A few months ago, I was at a stand-up comedy show in Toronto, and I was thinking, that looks easy, but I bet it's very difficult. I was right. So I decided I wanted to take a risk and sign up. During our first class, our instructor, who's a wonderful, accomplished comedian, was like, "So everyone knows there's a final performance, right?" And everyone around the room went, "Yep." I had no idea. And my anxiety went from here to here. People can be funny in a group, but they're not necessarily funny on stage. There's a different context that exists between your friends and strangers on stage. My friends know that I'm not likely to eat a salad, but strangers don't necessarily know that. Or maybe they do. Over your weeks in the course, you develop a set, and a set is comprised of bits. Bits are a collection of jokes around a central premise. But all of that kind of seems complicated, so let me explain. The basics of a joke work like this. You have a setup and a punchline. You want your setup to be as small as possible, and your punchline where people laugh. For instance, everyone in high school knew I was gay except for me. My friends, my classmates, Google Chrome. That's where the laugh comes. If I were actually funny. A bit is a collection of jokes. Setup, punchline, setup, punchline, setup, punchline. And they're all related to a singular premise. Oh, this could be rough. Okay, whatever. The premise is a thesis of the bit, and it involves a topic and your feeling on that topic. I'm conflicted when I order Shirley Temples. The premise doesn't necessarily have to be funny, but your bit overall does. And finally, you have your set, which is a collection of bits. In each of the bits, you have your jokes, your setups, and your punchlines. Now, ideally, you want your set to flow easily from bit to bit. Close to the performance, I changed my set dramatically, and it gave me a bit of trouble remembering, so I wrote some notes on my hand. The day of the show, I was so nervous. Here's what that looks like. I think this is the only time I've ever used this workout bench. I'm about to do a show at the Second City. Stand-up comedy show. And I'm nervous as shit. Yes. So. Only a couple more people until my turn, and I am fucking terrified. I wrote down my set just in case it's a lot, and the black lines are where I get confused.
Give it up for Ryder!
So I actually find stand-up comedy to be a little bit difficult. It's a lot about misdirection. So you start saying one thing, and at the very end of the sentence you say something completely erotic. I'd love to make stand-up comedy my full-time gig, but I hear heroin's a quicker way to fuck your life. I was so nervous on stage. Around this time, I started to forget where exactly I was in my set. So I decided to look at my hand. Sorry, I wrote some notes on my hand. It just says, "Good luck, slut." Thanks, Mom. Turns out the funniest joke of my entire set was the one that I ad-libbed. And the others I spent 6 weeks writing. And I said, no, I love women. And my brain was saying, "Ryder, come on, it's just the two of you. Suck his dick." Thank you, that's my time. So, all done. It went really well. Yeah, I don't think I can even hold the camera still. I'm it's crazy. So overall, it was an amazing experience. If you're interested in it, I highly recommend it. And as for stand-up, I think I'm going to continue doing it because I grew as a person, it was an amazing experience, and a boy told me I look prettier when I do it.